All right, all right. Welcome. This is Tech Talk Tuesday, the XR edition here on February 2025. You guys, we are three quarters to past the first quarter of 2025, and it's crazy. So if you don't know, we have these XR editions once a month, technically every third Tuesday of the month, give or take a week or so. But yeah, let's get into it. So we have Rex Gatling. I'm just going to bring him up here. Da, 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 da. Hey, Rex.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing really well. So we have Rex Gatling, entrepreneur and XR developer. He has been on on our monthly XR edition Tech Talk Tuesdays, I guess since, was it October, November?
It's
Something.
October, I think. It was October.
Yeah, like October. So we're doing this every month. We're also waiting for Charles Ledbetter, aka Hexadized. He's going to try to come on with a wearable. So let's see how he does. I'm also live streaming on, what is it, Twitch, Twitter, or Twitter X and YouTube, but also broadcasting live on Metaverse Radio. So shout out to all those people on Metaverse Radio. Thank you so much for joining in. Shout out to Fred and the Chi-Town team. I do want to remind people that this program's content does not necessarily represent the views of Metaverse Radio and is for entertainment only. It is not legal, medical, financial, or investment advice. The host, guest speakers, and artists and other collaborators may have personal or financial interests in the subjects they discuss. So please critically assess the information presented. Not all content is appropriate for all ages. Listener discretion is advised. All right. Okay, let's get started. Before we do get started, I'm looking here over at the space. I want to do a shout out to Altered Alley, Stilo. Hexadized is on here, I guess through his mobile phone. I see Tech Mental and I see Charles. Whoa, he's everywhere. I wonder if he's here because he is not able to join. So let's just see. I'm gonna send him something anyway. All right. Oh, he dropped off. All right. Rex. How have you been? And I know we spoke at the beginning of the year last month, and there were so many things going on in the XR space, but there's so much more happening in the last 30 days. Can you give us a rundown? But first of all, tell us how you have been and what you've been up to.
Yeah, well, it's been great. It's been a great start of the year. Been developing applications, particularly for AR glasses, because I kind of see that now this seems to be the year of augmented reality glasses. Well, I just got the X-Ray Ultra glasses. I finally got my pair. So I've been developing for these for pretty much. But I've been developing for them for about 2 years, but I just never got a pair. So I just picked up a pair last week. And so getting used to kind of just getting back to the swing of things using the X-Ray Ultras. But really the big news just this past month, well, January going into February. Augment OS. Augment OS is now a new platform where if you're looking to build for smart glasses like even the Even Gen Realities, I think that's the name of them, and the Vuzix glasses, and as well they have some glasses called Mentra. Um, and there's a possible chance that Meta Ray Bans will be supported on this platform. And I met one. I believe I met one of the guys before. I've seen them before. Um, it's it's amazing what these guys have made. They made it in 19 hours. I mean, it's amazing that they made this OS in such little time. And it's announced a platform, and I think now since big companies are joining the race now, I think that this is now opening the floodgates for augmented reality glasses and glasses in general of being a computing medium because as you see, this is where all the money and attention is going.
I know that is so true, and I'm so glad you got to mention Augment OS. I don't know, I forgot his tag. I think it's Caden Engineer.
Caden, yep, Caden,
Caden. I know 2 weeks ago so he was, I think he was wearing the G1 glasses. It
the
wasn't the
G1, yep,
G1, and he was actually ordering, was it McDonald's through
hmm
a through his glasses,
yep,
and he just like spoke to his AI agent or whatever,
yep.
and it went through that process. And I thought that was fantastic.
Mhm.
Um, do you see Obviously. There's going to be a transition on in terms of whatever mobile apps we have now into the XR space. What type of productivity apps or service apps have you or will you be developing for the space?
Well, I'll be developing primarily applications around particular job functions. What me and my brother are doing right now, we're building applications that take jobs that you usually would do in an office, and we're basically re-scripting that into an augmented reality experience where you can complete the same work because most work is done digitally anyway, other than customer-facing jobs. Um, so we're looking at ways to build applications that can not really replace jobs, but give them a medium where they can actually do their job on the go in their glasses. And I think that that's like the real big opportunity that I think a lot of companies are underestimating because really a lot of the work that you're doing already is digital. And I think with augmented reality glasses, it just completely it completely just makes this a medium where you can really take it on the go. You can really get the same work done and productively in glasses. And that's what we're working on. We're working on something around, particularly my brother coming from Wall Street. He's looking at building something around trading to where you're actually able to execute trades in your glasses. You're able to get real time information of particular companies, and you're actually able to invest, able to buy and sell stocks directly in your glasses. That's something that we're working on. We're in the beta stage right now. We managed to build a prototype that we can't release to the public yet, but we did manage to get a prototype together that we'll hope to release soon.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you see Altered Alley put down here? Is that the
Yeah,
real?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so but for those of you that don't know, Rex actually has a twin. Is this an identical twin?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. That so how do we know? What is your well, it's okay. I was gonna ask for his name, but we'll maybe not. That's too funny. We have here Creative Owls, and he said cloud computing is taking
It
off.
is.
Is there
It
anything you
is.
want to say about that?
Yeah, it is. The reason why cloud computing is really taking off because AI has really become, I would say, the actual like the actual driver of that because really now a lot of AI we're running out of data. We're running out of data. We're running out of data to train AI on. And because cloud computing has a wealth of data from images, videos that you can find, but it hasn't really been able to be filtered enough for someone who's building something specific to a business. And cloud computing has now compiled all of that and made it where now they've been able to extend the data that's already out there to where now AI can learn different ways of how something is done. For example, there's an image captioning app where it takes real time video and it captions what's happening in real time. That's a big application that I see that's going to work in glasses. Um, but for applications like that, it needs so many different variants of that same kind of data. And I think with cloud computing, that would help solve that problem. And it's just not with that use case, but it's across dozens of other use cases. So cloud computing is definitely a huge driver, which honestly we depend on it in the AR sector. We definitely have to depend on that, particularly if we're going to be working in this space.
No, no, that's so true. I'm sure Eric would have a lot to say about that for Creative Owls. We do have Hexadized on the space here. Not sure if she was able to come on, but I'm gonna bring him up. Hey Hex, how are you?
We're living. I have no reason to come up, to be honest. Like this is if Rex is dropping all in. There's so much that Rex has been doing that, to be honest with you, I'm good with like an hour of Rex TED Talk today. To be and yeah, no, I couldn't find the link. It's all good. Like I said, I am all Rex has a lot going on. Just within the past few weeks, from not just developing the apps, and making the games even more persistent than they were before, but there's, like you said, there's so much more that I've seen them starting to do, and I don't know how much they want to delve into all those things, like, because you're doing a whole lot of white label for a whole lot of different companies. You're going into 2025 like with the AR like capitalized of the year, So I'm here for it.
Well, that's true, but hold on hold on a sec. Sorry about that. I sent the link to you super late. That's my bad. I was having some tech stuff, but now here we are. So if you can, it's really good to see your face. Jump on if you can.
By the way, this week, it started yesterday. MCW in Barcelona, they're showing a lot of new augmented reality glasses and AI glasses. One that I'm particularly interested in, and I tell you, this is my dream platform to build for. I always wanted to build for augmented reality contact lenses, and they've showed an actual prototype that's working. Like, it's actually working, like a working prototype of AR contact lenses. They put this out to 2028, and based on the progress, at least from what I've seen, it might be a little bit closer to that. The company Expansio, I've been following them for about close to a year now. They're the closest to making it happen, and that was just, it's really like them showing it there. It really got everybody's attention to where now it's made augmented reality glasses. It's even helped augmented reality glasses because now everyone's saying, I don't need a headset. All I need is glasses or a pair of contact lenses whenever that comes out. But that's a big conference that's going on this week that I would suggest everyone to really take a look at.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning that. So I pinned up that particular post up on the Nest up here on the X Spaces. So what did you put here? You put here, as far out as it probably is, there are companies skipping glasses and headsets altogether and building augmented reality contact lenses. One of the companies making this happen is XPAN CEO. That's XPAN CEO. I'm gonna check out their website right now and see if I could share. Yeah, that is crazy. They're just like, forget about the wearable, forget about the glasses. Let's just go straight into the cornea or the eyeball. That is okay. So here's something to note. I remember, I don't know, there was a company called EPGL Med way back in 2012, 13, 14. They were developing smart contact lenses with the MEMS technology. And then they switched to Inwith Corp. I believe they had a presence 2 years ago at CES.
Michael Hayes.
Yes,
CEO.
Michael Hayes.
Yeah,
So
Michael.
I bought stocks, like it was penny stocks back then.
Yep.
I bought stocks. There was that conundrum where they were switched to EPGL to Inwith. What's going on with my stocks? Where's Michael Hayes? He's still around. I don't think he's with Inwith anymore, Inwith Corp.
Yeah.
And right. And have you met Michael Hayes?
I did not get a chance to meet him. I saw him on the podcast.
Yes.
What's his name? Bradley.
Yeah.
I was on his he was on the podcast talking about that. There's another company, Mojo Vision. There's another company called Mojo Vision.
Yes, there's so how did you hear about EPGL Med or Inwith Corp?
Well, I heard about them through Mojo Vision because I was doing a search of, well, they can't be the only company doing this. So I found Inwith Corporation and I was like, wow, there's so many people that are going to AR contact lenses and they're just skipping glasses altogether.
Yeah, I don't know where that stands though. I know there's a lot of disgruntled you would like stockholders, investors, and I just choose to not even care about that. Like, so my money's there. I don't know what's going on, but now we're seeing now we're seeing a lot of startups coming up going towards the contact lens space, which is exciting. Here's the thing though, there's so much things going on with AI agents and all that stuff. And we've already seen Caden do a demo ordering McDonald's through his G1 glasses. And he did mention that with the Augment operating system, I think they will be able to enable it with the Ray-Bans and maybe other wearables down the line. Where have you actually started building I don't know how to say this, like XR apps with AI?
Yes. I use what I use is particularly my own custom models. I use with PyTorch, TensorFlow. Um, I build applications around that. The only thing the reason why I prefer to use custom solutions because now AI has become kind of like a utility, to where now you're paying it the similar to the same when you're paying like a subscription to Canva or a subscription to CapCut. Um, I really see that this is where the industry is going, where now it's become monetized. So I believe what's going to be paramount is being able to build your own AI solutions. And remember, those AI solutions aren't going to always that they provide is always going to be the answer. Um, I think so yeah. In short, yeah, I have. I am going to actually get the G1s. I'm actually going to get the G1s this week, and I'm going to actually start developing for them because I really see those glasses just because of how they look. That's about and it's kind of frustrating because I'm like, Xreal has the software, but they don't have 100% the look. I mean, from the standpoint, it's not inconspicuous. You know what I mean? But the G1 has the ability to where it doesn't look like you're wearing glasses. It doesn't look like you're wearing smart glasses, but it doesn't have the software just yet. And that's why I'm like, if it's a software problem, I love it. I love building for it. If it's a software problem, but yeah, in short, I have started with using AI for sure.
Okay, that's amazing. I'm glad you brought up the G1s as well. I know I'm following Luis Buenaventura, and like he's like a crypto Bitcoin person out in the Philippines.
I'm familiar
And
with it.
you familiar with him? Like he's fantastic. He's actually one of the first, like he was one of the first people who actually sold an NFT back in 2016, 2017, right?
Yeah, I remember.
You remember that? And so I think it was last month on his Facebook post, he was wearing the G1 glasses. And I was jealous of this hack. So he's walking around, the Philippines vlogging, and he's so eloquent vlogging, and he's hitting all the talking points and everything. And what he said was he actually is using the G1 glasses as a teleprompter. And I was like, that's what I wanted. I wanted the G1 glasses because I do like the look of them. They are just I love them, just like Ray-Ban Metas. Except Ray-Ban Metas, they have you see them, where is it? They have that little, you're Ray-Ban Metas, but you're the AR Ray-Ban Metas because of the little circle
on the outer lens.
Yeah, so I have my Ray-Ban Metas here, right? And I love them.
They're talking about putting a AR display into those glasses. I hope they do, which would kind of be kind of odd for me because I'm like, well, you're about to put Orion out, but you have Ray-Bans. That's why I'm like, well, why not just put the software that you have with Orion to Ray-Bans? It has the same if you put a display onto it, But yeah, I like the Ray-Bans. I like the Metas going to AR because, and I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to get into that later, but I did kind of want to talk about the VR community and the MR community at Meta right now. How disgruntled some people are.
Let's do that. Let's get into that. Let's get into that.
Yeah. So like lately, a lot of people that are developing for the MetaQuest App Store are kind of upset that Horizon World has overtaken the actual MetaQuest App Store. And developers are pretty much saying, well, how do I compete? Why am I competing with Horizon Worlds when I'm in the official App Store? Nice glasses, man.
I want to welcome Hex. Hexadized Charles Ledbetter has finally joined us, or I finally got to see him show up and added him. Yeah. But yeah, you guys, let's put on our Xreal glasses. So shout out to Xreal. Let's all kind of like put on our Xreal glasses. See how cool.
Like the ultras look good.
Yeah.
Like I understand what you're saying about like there's still definitely smart glasses, you know what I mean? But yeah, they do look and feel pretty good.
Sorry, Rex. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, but what I was saying was that the community is really upset because they're like, we're the ones putting the apps in the store for you, but we're not getting the same kind of attention as Horizon Worlds is. Which Horizon Worlds, at the end of the day, it's really pretty much a platform where you build a world and people come to the world and people congregate and so forth. Their game worlds as well, like Super Rumble, Kaijutsu. There's another one called Kaijutsu something that's really popular. And pretty much they're saying, you know, it's either us or them in a way. And Meta has discussed, at least from what I've read, was that this is pretty much their make or break year. It's either gonna work now or never. So it's a chance that Horizon Worlds would be discontinued. I kind of hope it doesn't, but because I really see it has its use cases. Excuse me, but yeah, the community is pretty much kind of a little upset about that app developers aren't getting the same kind of attention as Horizon Worlds when we're the ones that are putting the apps in your store. And in the indie developer community, the indie developer community isn't the ones making the AAA games. And the AAA games don't succeed on the headset. It's really the indie developer that succeeds. And I think that's where Meta is really missing the point here. Hopefully they get their act together. I have confidence that they will. But as of right now, a lot of us in the development community have kind of foregone just pretty much building for Meta in the MetaQuest App Store and then just seeing what happens. You know, I'm not really for it because I really would prefer an opportunity for indie developers to really get more shine. Not just me, but there's other developers out there. Justin Barnett, he's one guy that I see that's doing really well among the many. But yeah, it's really kind of like a make or break this year for Meta in terms of like their metaverse dream, I think.
Yeah, I hear you, and I could understand the frustration. What do you think about that, Charles?
Well, so we hear about like, you know, and it's like every cycle there's like that rotation. It's like, okay, we're gonna shift, we're gonna move all of our attention to this thing or that thing. And I'm curious with the focus, a lot of focus going to XR and AR. I always get excited when I see like big platforms piss off a bunch of artists and creators and developers because all of a sudden like they're like, well, and then you see like new things happen. So on the one hand, I'm like, man, that stinks for them. But on the other hand, I'm like, I know that every time this happens, we get new things, and I'm all for it. Because yeah, especially now with the AI that we have, and now you're going to have all these people that were locked in contracts to not be able to do things before, or like committed to only push on this platform because whatever reason, right? And you know, they had to do that for so long, and now they don't have to, right? So on the downside, there's that consistency of pay that people rely on, that they count on, that's gone, that's like meh. But there's that world of opportunity that's opening up right now. Yeah. So I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship for when big platforms do things to the communities, because it's like, you know,
You know what?
it's over.
People that are not
developers. Yeah.
And there's just so many people that are not developers that benefit from Horizon Worlds. That's the reason why I hope it doesn't shut down, because it's kind of like spatial, same way VR chat is. I really don't want it to shut down because there's so many people that I know on there, and not just, I mean, even people that I don't even know that I see that have big worlds that are really succeeding and doing a great job. And, you know, it's kind of like, you know, why does it have to be a battle between the developers and Horizon? Why can't it just be Horizon gets their attention in their lane, app developers, indie developers that you want to build for your store gets that gets the same type of hub and marketing as everybody else. I think they're going to do that. But I will say mixed reality that they're doing is pretty much the bridge to Orion glasses. I'm for sure. Even with just how everything is changing with their updates right now. If you're building for mixed reality, I think you're building particularly for Orion glasses, which Orion glasses is pretty much kind of like, I believe their home run that they're looking to get in this space.
Wow, that's a good point. I want to circle back to what Charles said. I hear you, Charles. That's a really good point you made. That whole love hate, and anytime there's a, there's what's it called, corporations. There's like a with developers. We see that with a certain company. A lot of the user community, like, "Ah, we didn't do this. What about this? What about that?" And then you see later on, they have to listen to the community. They have to listen to the people. I kind of feel like with Horizon World or Meta, to me, maybe it's a resource issue. It could be a resource issue. Like Horizon Worlds has been around for a long time, and I know people have been developing apps for. I think it's just they just have to get their ducks in a row and budget and hiring and all that stuff. Because I know with Over the Reality, just mentioning them, there was things that the community members really wanted to see and needed, and they were like, what about this, what about that, and like deaf ears, crickets. And then a couple months later or a year later, lo and behold, here it is. So Charles definitely has a point there, and so do you. Like, this is really interesting. I wanted to say Creative Owls had a question. Shout out to Eric. Thank you for joining. I know he stepped down. He had to he was on the X Space. He said, let's talk about XR and fashion. When will we see a mix of this, and how will this affect the market of adoption?
I think we're going to see this. I think that's going to be first. I would still say that's like the low hanging fruit of this space that no one has picked yet. Because right now with glasses like Meta Ray-Bans, even the G1s, they're stylish. They're stylish. And I think that now people are leveraging this to be able to pick out the right outfit, or be able to purchase and view like a pair of clothes before they actually go to the store. I think as the glasses get more available and more lighter, I think fashion will collide with this. Because really with fashion, and again, I'm not a fashion guy, but really for a fashion person, it's really the aesthetics on how it looks. How it looks means everything. And I think with glasses, the lighter it looks, the more sleeker it looks, the more it blends with the outfit and so forth. I think that that's where those two worlds will collide. And also with Gen AI fashion. There's a lot of applications that are coming into glasses where now you're able to ask it to generate me a visual of a outfit that I could wear going skiing or something like that. There's people in the deaf community that are building things around that. And even when you put the glasses on and you walk through the store, and you're able to like look and see, how does this outfit fit with that one, like using computer vision through the cameras and the glasses. So there's dozens of applications. It's just really now with the developer community to pretty much kind of build it and really get it out there to the general public, and as the glasses become more available.
That's insane. I think when you were mentioning that, Tech Mental just threw out 100% out on the X Space. So here's the thing, silent disco, right? You have this whole silent disco. Can you imagine people having XR glasses or contact lenses, and everybody are told to just wear like all black or all white, going into an event, and we're all wearing this, and basically it's like a DJ. It's like somebody is going to DJ an app where everybody with the glasses, they're all connected, and then you can have, like, it's a fashion show. Like it's a fashion show, and there's a DJ running the apps in your glasses, and you're seeing like the models walking. And really, if you take off your glasses, the models are just like wearing all white bodysuits or black. But then when you put them on, the fashion XR DJ is going to like lay it out on us, or
flame detection.
or we walk around in these like nude colored clothing, right? Nude colored clothing. So when we walk around in the real world, we could just like, I don't know, this is like really crazy. This is insane.
Yeah, it's so many applications, but I think fashion is one. I would even say that, I would say fashion is probably more of the likely application for consumer, because how people buy and sell buy and sell is going to change, and I think where it's going to start is in fashion. I actually like that they're going that direction because really right now with fashion in terms of in the AR space, people have been trying to do it for so long, but no one has really hit that one application. But I do like to see. I'm liking that I'm seeing the community starting to hit on fashion because it's really needed. It really needs to evolve.
Yeah. Speaking of XR fashion and the community, shout out to LM Design. She's been popping up on our X Spaces. She did a shout out. Hi, hello, you beautiful souls. Hey, LM. So here's the thing. LM Designs has also been creating like XR type of fashion, right? She's been what's it called, Charles? What was she doing? She integrated a QR code or a 3D asset with some of her RL things.
Right.
In
She's walking head to toe. Like, yeah, it's if she has it, it activates. Like it's there's nothing that's not XR activated anymore. Okay, if she's wearing it, if she's walking with it, yeah, it's activated. Yep.
And not only that, AR Wonderland. So Charles and Michael Camp, they have they founded AR Wonderland, and so AR Wonderland, they have these two, was it Wondar boy and Wondar girl? They're in the t-shirts. Isn't there like a QR code or something where you can like interact with them or their t-shirt or QR code?
Yeah, so all of the shirts go to the website, and there's links to different AR activations and things like that. Yeah. Now, what she's done is she actually created so inside Spatial, anybody can go and collect those and collect for auras and everything else in the tag. She's done a whole lot more, and went UGC crazy with, and we love it. But I'm looking at what she's talking about here, and this is I like this little, yeah, the image trigger clothing that says my poems. That's the one. I think that's what you're talking about, and has the animations and custom music, right? So that's her clothes. That's what she does. She's activated head to toe.
That's crazy. So for those of you Metaverse Baby, we're talking about LM Designs. I would call her an XR creator. She does image trigger clothing that says that actually says her poems and her animations, and all with custom music. Like this is like fantastic. And she's also
location based fashion as well. Location based. That's a huge area that I saw. I went to I used the app where it was location based in Central Park. There was a game that they made around the park. That really is key, because if you take that application and say, I'm gonna have my pair of clothing or my fashion show is gonna be at this location, but you need the glasses, that's where it's really gonna change, because location based AR is really what I believe over the reality is the prelude to where now you're mapping a city. So now if I'm in that city and I want to actually have my application run on that particular piece of digital real estate, I need to call whoever mapped that. I think that is where it's really going to change. And I think over the reality is kind of the prelude to making that happen.
Yes, 100%. I totally agree. What is this guy's name? I forgot his name. Of Auki Labs, AUKI. What's his name? Phil?
Yeah.
Phil.
Yeah. I love them over there. Yeah.
I love him too. He said something about the whole data thing. He said he was talking about spatial computing and collecting data, and what people really need is visual data. Like with AI agents, we have all the text data and images and stuff like that. Now we need visual data in the real world. And I'm glad you brought up. Yes, I'm glad you brought up over the reality, because you can only get that visual data through 3D mapping or creating 3D maps of certain locations and stuff like that. So that could be another topic for another Tech Talk Tuesday for sure. We're 40 minutes into the hour, and I know this is a very special Tech Talk Tuesday because we really want to keep it to the hour. I want to talk about AI and developing apps for XR. So You before AI, I don't know, like, so you're a developer developing, I don't know, Python, C++, I don't know what code you're using. What do you think about now we have AI where anybody who is not a coder or developer can actually learn to prompt, like Grok 3 that just came out, or DeepSeek, whatever, and they're actually creating apps. Don't you, that's kind of like a disrupt. Remember back in the 90s when you had to learn HTML,
Yeah.
and then I think like I learned HTML, and then somewhere in the end of the late 90s people were coming up with drag and drop, like where you didn't
Yeah.
have to learn HTML. I think it would then you get things like Wix, where oh, you don't need code, you just like big and square and all that stuff. I'm kind of like seeing this happen. This is what's happening now in the developer community. Like the developers who have studied like programming languages are now being usurped by maybe someone like me that just gets on Grok 3 or DeepSeek or whatever and starts coding. What are your thoughts on that, Rex?
Well, first I think it's great. That's actually great news for me, and for developers, because I think it takes away a lot of the heavy lifting of us having to script, having to spend hours and hours scripting, rescripting, and so forth. And remember, the AI is only but so good at being able to build it exactly how you want it. So you still need to know how to code or understand the scripting language. I think it's great news because it kind of lowers the barrier for people to build, to be able to for people to build an XR. I don't think that 100% AI will make a great app or a great game. The reason why I say that, because it still comes down to you understanding how to use it, on where to put that script to be able to trigger a particular action, or understanding like databases, and understanding what goes into a game design document or app design document. You still need to know that, because at the end of the day, your customer is people. Your customer is not AI. Your customer is people. So you still have to be able to know what you're talking about when you're presenting this to a client, or when you're presenting this to a customer. You still have to convey that message appropriately to be able to build a successful application. So I think it takes away a lot of heavy lifting, but I do think that there's still a responsibility of the developer to understand what exactly they're building and how and what goes into it.
That okay, I love what you said. So here's the thing. Wouldn't AI in the hands of a game dev be just that much more powerful, meaning it's going to cut down on your time for coding and all that stuff? So if I were, let's say if I were Rex, so you have and I have all the knowledge I've developed on XReal and Ray Bans and Snap and all this stuff, Snap lenses. Now I'm going to have AI tools with me, and if I just hone down the prompting, I don't know, prompt skill tools, I can just be pumping out things. Do you see that in your workflow?
Yeah, actually, it's helped me a lot. I use Copilot a lot. I use Microsoft Copilot. I know a lot of people that say it's not that advanced. It's really advanced. I use it myself to refactor code that I've written before. It's really made me be more efficient in how I build. Because at the end of the day, everything. I mean, you kind of learn this when you develop, is that everything kind of rhymes. So I'm kind of used to. So now that kind of helped me take down what I would do in like a day or 2 days. Now I could do it in like a few hours. So it's really, I would say that it's really cut down my production time to where it's not really a week or a month of me having to release something. I could pretty much get something done literally do a certain amount of focused hours, and then I can pretty much put it to production.
Yeah, totally. So we're almost there, 15 minutes too. I want to switch over to Charles. Charles, um, AR Wonderland. Okay, first of all, shout out to people on ETH Denver. Shout out to Big Binks and 3D 3D Planet Studio. She picked up a whole bunch of musicians along the way to Denver, and they're all there, and then they're gonna have a great time. So I know, like, it's, I don't know, just hopefully they're gonna have a great time. But with AR Wonderland and this whole XR thing, are there any activations on with ETH Denver, Charles?
There's lots of people out there doing lots of things. Okay, I know Illust AR they go all out at ETH Denver, I think, like every year. So, and that's probably one of the best places to look because they're probably gonna have all their activations marked on the map, right? So it makes it really easy. You may be able to find like where different events are, where some of the parties are, where some of the locations are, just right there on their map, and then you can sort it out however you want. Along with the different AR activations, right? And so those are going to be really big. I would watch Illust for ETH Denver, Spheroid, and Over the Reality. Again, you're going to watch the maps, right? Look at the map, see where the activations are, because you never really know, right? That's most of these artists were like, we're just going to do our own thing, and then we just like put it out there, and like most people don't tell anybody. They just put it out like so. It's kind of like your favorite person on YouTube. Be like, man, I really wish I could find this, but you're gonna have to search for it, right? Because most people aren't marketing and promoting their stuff. They're just putting it out there, and then if you see it. You don't, right? Kind of like on the Meta Horizon store, like you were saying. There's all these creators and stuff, but which ones? So go and search for them, find the ones you like, and support them. But look at all of them, right? And then look at their maps and see what's going on. That's the best way, right? That's not even a tease. That's like, for a fact, you'll find something on the map. So it's not like will you? You will. You'll see stuff out there for sure. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we have Mitigate Milano that Charles had been mentioning in his Winning Wednesdays and Super Saturdays. This that you see here, I know you guys on X and what's called Metaverse Radio, you're not seeing this, but I'm actually sharing Mitigate Milano's, I guess, different activations from NFT Paris. So
yeah, so Metigate's gone all. They were really big into developing for the MetaQuest and Apple Vision Pro, the MetaQuest specifically. All the way from designing the AI, like you saw that AI ape right there, the AYC, the 48 Yacht Club ape right there. That one traveled around. It was in different locations and some spots. You could talk to it, but all of this was So it's the art gallery, as you can see. I think in some of this part of the video where people could interact with the art, go and place it around. I think they actually set up in the gallery in VR, AR, augmented reality, realistically, but using the MetaQuest as the visuals. So when people put it on, everything still stayed in the location. And like I said, they've gone all out over the years. I've been a fan of theirs. They've worked with some incredible, high class artists and creatives. Just really and I from the luxury brands we were talking about, the XR and AR fashion. And they did have their Phoenix walk in, was it Milan, Italy, over there inside the giant courtyard with Over the Reality and a few others during the Metaverse Fashion Week some years ago. So they're one of those people that like, they're just, they're doing things. And again, there's not a whole lot of like marketing, promoting, other than you just have to follow them, right? And you're like, oh, wow, they're just active there at all these places. I didn't even know they were in all these events. Like, well, just because they're just there. You just got to know.
I know, that's crazy. And I'm so glad you've been mentioning them, because you're right. They've been quite the early adopters of Over the Reality's AR platform. But I had totally forgotten about them. So if it weren't for you mentioning them, I think that is great. So shout out to the team at Mitigate Milano, via Charles Ledbetter, aka Hexadized. So Rex, I was stalking your feed yesterday, and I saw that you had reposted this. And
Yep.
This actually, Alessio also reposted it from the original creator. It's somewhere down on the feed. But so here's somebody watching an NBA game.
Yep.
With an overlay. Can you talk about this? Can you like speak to this?
Yeah. So from what I see, he built a lens where you're able to actually get the real-time NBA scores in your glasses. I did see this on the Apple Vision Pro before, because I remember last week was it last week? It was like last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. the huge craze was everyone was able to see an NBA game in real time, like you could actually see like the court players and everything on an Apple Vision Pro. But he's basically taking this to the next level, where he's starting with being able to look at the scores, it looks like, but I can kind of see how he's moving in the direction of being able to see the game courtside in the snap glasses. I think that's really where it's going to go eventually, because, I mean, let's be honest, you're not going to wear an Apple Vision Pro or a MetaQuest headset for longer than 30 to 40 minutes. So, you're not going to watch an entire NBA game. I think, but this here is really, I think, just again the prelude to what I think it will be, and I think that because MetaQuest and Apple Vision Pro has already done it, they're kind of showing us the way as developers how to do it.
Right, and this is why I'm gonna go. Let's circle back to over the reality, and this is why in 2020, 2021, including Charles, people like the people in the community, including Charles, have went out and bought overlands over stadiums and over locations where annual famous events are held, especially so we just had the Super Bowl. So yay, Philadelphia Eagles, shout out to them. Speaking of the Super Bowl and football, I know I'm kind of like going off on a tangent, but I'm going to circle it back. So I just watched the Netflix series America's Sweetheart, Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I've always heard about the Dallas Cowboys ever since I was small, because my guy classmates were always all about the cheerleaders. And I was just like, oh yeah, that's just male puberty. That's fine. But OMG, I love them. One of my bucket lists is to see a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader live, especially their intro performance, Thunderstruck. I am so obsessed. I've been on YouTube trying to watch every single thing. I love the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. I would rather watch them than buffed guys kicking around on oblong ball and stuff like that, because the level and skill and talent that needs to be. And these women have PhDs, they're masters in accountants. They're full-time. Oh my God, you guys, I love it. So here's the thing. For over the reality and people who have purchased overlands over these stadiums, I know that their vision was to maybe turn around and resell it to the stadiums of the brands, so that they can create AR, XR experiences for the people. So imagine this. Remember 3D glasses, like when you go into the movies and then you have that red and blue 3D glasses to watch 3D movies? Can you imagine going into the AT&T stadium or whatnot, and then they're handing you, so they could actually partner with XReal or Meta or have their own, or NBA. Listen to me, NBA. Partner up with some kind of developer. The NBA could develop their own specific wearable. So in every single NBA game, particularly the Super Bowl, you get a package. You buy a ticket through the door. When you pass the ticket, instead of handing you the 3D glasses, they hand you their specific NBA, proprietary glasses. You put them on. Again, I think this is going to be a thing, an XR DJ thing. So you have the glasses on. Everybody in the stadium, AT&T, watching, they have these glasses on. They see they see it. They see the RL stuff, and then the DJ XR, because all the glasses are connected to their stadium Wi-Fi, can just ploop. You'll still see something, but now there'll be an overlay of a score or an overlay of, how the radio announcers or they say they do a play-by-play. They could actually do a play-by-play through visuals. Like, I think I'm the first person that said this. I love myself. No, really, like I'm seeing this all unfold. And so for the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, it would be great if I don't know, man, like NBA partner with somebody and have your own proprietary glasses. XReal, Meta, Augment OS, get in touch with them, man. And you've got the money. And then you
can have,
great. And yeah, and and each NBA team can have their own special white label, whatever. Can you imagine?
Yes.
That's
It would be great. It would be great if the NBA, I would say, partnered with. Honestly, I would say partner with Expo. I'm not saying I just just because I like developing for them, but I think because they're the most available, and I think that because they're more cross-platform, I think it would be great if the NFL or the NBA kind of really work with XReal because it's kind of it's man it's such a huge opportunity. I just don't see why the push is so much in the headsets when they're only going to be on the headset for 30 to 40 minutes at a time. That's too short. That's too short of a time. That's too short of a time to get someone's attention. But yeah, absolutely right. I think companies like them need to really, and leagues need to partner with people like Expert.
Yeah. So there's got to be that conversation. Maybe we can start, Charles and I, we can start, and us, the three of us can start that
So
conversation.
let's get Ralph. Let's get Ralph.
Yeah, let's get Rob
Right.
going, and right, the three of us we'll form an XR thing, and we'll go to all these. We'll go to NHL, CFL, ABC, and all that stuff, and we'll be like the sports and entertainment music thing. So Tech Mental, thanks Tech. He goes, "Sup gang, can Rex please speak about his Ninja AR app and what was the inspiration behind it?"
Um.
Yeah.
Well, the inspiration behind it was I watch video games. I like that's what I do like for my leisure time. I watch like on YouTube. I watch like long plays of video games and stuff. And I thought, okay, I have this asset. I have this asset. What can I make with it? And I thought, okay, let me just make a ninja game because I have swords. I have like coronets and things like that. So I was like, let me just make a game like that. I wanted to make it for augmented reality specifically because I've never seen that done before. I haven't seen that done yet. I think that VR was I did it before in VR, but I was like, man, I know it's gonna look a little crazy outside doing it, but I want to see if you could do it in AR. And so that's really what kind of inspired me to build it. And I was like, let me just see what I can do with it.
Wow, there you have it. There you have it, Tech Mental. You can also download it on the Google Play Store. Follow Rex. I pinned it on the Nest. Did I? No, I did not. But I'm showing it for people on Metaverse Radio and people just on X Spaces. I will share the link, but if you follow Rex and you just go down, you will see that. I've also shared some other things with you. You guys, we have 2 minutes and I really want to keep this. Does anybody in the X audience want to say anything, want to like come up and speak or not? Forever hold your peace. Anyway, this has been a really great conversation. Yeah, I know I wanted to touch base with Hexadize. There's so much going on with the AR Wonderland coming up. We have South by Southwest, so much activations there, right? Do you want to speak a little bit about that?
SXSWXR.XYZ. That's the only that's the only thing to tell you. Like that's where everybody's going to be dropping their links. Okay, it's open to the public. Share what you got. Like we want to see it. So it's just that simple. SXSWXR.XYZ. Post your stuff. That's where LM's already got some of her stuff out there. You got Fantastic 3D Fashion has already posted some of their stuff out there. And not all of it's free, you see. And I'm really glad that Fantastic 3D did this because on some of her filters, you have to buy it. You want to use it, you got to buy it. It's just that simple. I mean, so some of them are free to use, some of them are bad. So just know that. So if you are a developer, you are an app creator, and you're like, man, I really want, don't be afraid to put that it costs something to actually be able to do it, but still put it on the sheet. You know what I mean? Just because you just put it on the sheet, you never know. So we want to see it. That's it. SXSWXR.XYZ, and then you'll know everything else from there, right? You can go to the .com as well. There is the .com as well. The South by Southwest XR.com, right? SXSW.com, but it's also the XYZ. So it's going to be good. There's all the social handles, SXSWXR on Instagram, TikTok, X right here. I mean, it's just that simple. So tap in. We're gonna see it. Let's see it. We're gonna play. We're gonna play some games. It's good. We're gonna play games, and I'm ready for it. Yeah,
Let's play games. Okay,
let's
so
play games.
let's play games. There it is. XS, XW, XR. I'm going to put it over Charles's head.com or .xyz. X, X, SX, SXXWXR.com for people in Metaverse Radio listening in. Go to that website. You'll see what it's all about. Rex, do you have any last minute things, last words you want to say before we end this Tech Talk Tuesday?
No, other than everybody start developing if you haven't yet your solution for augmented reality glasses, because it's moving really fast. And be sure to check out Augment OS. I'm telling you, Augment OS is going to be a huge platform. It's going to be super important that you build for that. That's what I have to say.
Yes, absolutely. And I know shout out to Vanessa VXAI. She also has been I know she's working with some stuff on Augment OS, so that's really exciting to hear. Before we go, I really appreciate people here on the X Space. LM Designs, thank you for interacting. MetaMike, I know you're listening, but you're also doing something in the back end of your AI servers for building AI agents on your weekly AI workshop on Spatial. Altered Alley, as always, thank you for being here. Vanessa, my partner, I love you. Ira, the Bond girl, thank you for joining. Tech Mental, thank you so much for your input and hanging out. Rick the Ruler and Zeus Pay. Also, shout out to Creative Owls, who was here, and a few other people. A lot of people are in East Denver, guys. They really are. So with that said, hang on tight. The future is insane and crazy. How do you want to be part of it? Do you want to be part of it as a creator, or do you just want to be part of it as a content user or whatever? But anyway, it's just fantastic. Stay tuned for next week's Tech Talk Tuesday, in addition to next month's Tech Talk Tuesday XR edition. So with that said, everybody have a great rest of your week. This is Rex Gatling, Charles Ledbetter, and Carmen Villadar saying bye. You know what? I gotta say, Charles, are you live streaming? Are you doing all this on your X-Real glasses right now?
Yeah.
I'm
So I'm watching. I'm watching y'all like right now. So I'm actually watching. My screen is the glasses, and then my camera is the Beam Pro. So, so this is everything you've heard. So if my audio is crackly, it might be because of the glasses. It might also be because these have gone in swimming pools, and now, okay, the worst part. Fair warning to anybody that's gonna start breaking their stuff in public on film. After you do that, everyone you talk to after that is going to say, prove it. And so you're going to have to continually throw your stuff or let people throw your stuff. So just fair warning, everyone's going to ask, can they test it too once they see that you do it? But yeah, everything's been live. So these are the same pair that would smash, that car, run over by a car, gone through a swimming pool, and we're live. So it's that little light thing that is because there is a slight crack in the screen where the camera is. So that is there, but it still works. I mean, yeah, so this is it. We're live here. Thanks, X-Real.
I had to mention that. So Hexadized, Charles Ledbetter, is wearing the X-Real glasses, and he's doing he's engaging in the Tech Talk Tuesday XR Edition live stream right from the X-Real glasses. These glasses who have been jumped on, kicked on, thrown on a pool in Miami is insane, and it's still working. That's
with a car. We did. We let the car go over, and they're not there's nothing wrong with them. It's we're really impressed. This is
I'm impressed. So we're gonna leave that
for thought. That'd be great. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Ciao, ciao. Thanks for joining. Bye, guys.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Rex and Hex.